Hello! Hello? Hello? Yeah. There you go. Put it on your wish list. Um, Welcome to a game of Distant Worlds 2. A 4X space strategy game in the vein of, well, Stellaris. I'm trying to think. Endless Legend 2. Wait, is it Endless Legend 2? Or Endless Space? Oh, bollocks. In the vein of Endless Space 2 or Stellaris. I mean, I've got a lot of games like this. There's this game, there's the... Where is it? I'm trying to think of the name of it. They just put out a version 4. I think it begins with an H? Oh, I have Little Nightmares. I did not know that. Huh. Oh, the Master of Orion series. And I scrolled right past it. But yeah, you'll see when we get into it. It has Star Drive series. Not so much the Starpoint series. X4. Well, no, not X4. But it's a space-based 4X set completely in real time. It is not. It is at most pseudo turn-based. My experience with the game is I already have, despite it saying it's my first playthrough, I already have a little under 200 hours in the game. Just so you're aware. Also, be aware, we are going to cheat. I am not using any mods. There is a built-in cheat engine for the game. I will be using it because the balance is wonky. We're going to go ahead and start a new game. Again, you can choose your galaxy shape. You can choose the amount of stars. You can choose the galaxy size. Okay, there is a lot of customizability in here. You can choose random seeds. I would like a randomized button right here. Right? What is it? 694-8822? Alright, yeah, because otherwise to do the seeds, you kind of have to do, back out and go in. So just a randomized button here would be nice. Now, I start with the default shape. I start with 700 star. I think that's default. I do not start with normal nebula density. Because the pathfinding for nebula, a bit wonky, so very sparse. Now, I'm going to start with 6x6 sectors, so the game finishes in a reasonable amount of time. But I will tell you to properly use the tech the way it's supposed to be used. I don't want to play it 10x10 seconds, but we're going to do 6x6. So now we go to the actual galaxy settings. This sets, what you start with. At old, you should have, at mature, you should have 12 to 15 colonies. You explored most of the galaxies. We're going to start pre-warp, tech level pre-warp, goes all the way up to 7. Galaxy aggression normal, difficulty normal, research speed normal. Now, I turned tech trading off because the game can't handle tech trading right now. So, at least the last time I played it, and it has been... When is the last time I played this? I'll say at least 6 months ago, if not later. That may have changed. There have been a number of patches since I last played. I think I was on version 1.0.45. Maybe 4. The last time I played. So, there have been patches. So it could work. I'm not going to take the risk. There's random research paths and fixed research paths. I played with fixed because the random's pointless. and I'll explain why we get into the game. Normally, I play only next projects visible, because in real life, we don't sit here and go, okay, we're researching pistols because we know 50 years down the line, that'll get us to tank cannons. We don't do that. It's just, alright, what looks the best? However, to explain why random research is kind of pointless, I am going to start with all projects visible. Okay, next, threats. Pirates normal, pirate strength normal, pirate proximity average, pirate state edge, space creatures normal. Everything, this is all default. Colonization, normal. Now, default range is 100% and 200 meters. I set it to 125 to keep the border gore to a minimum, and so borders look okay. And I set it to 300 because at 200, very often, you will be just a teeny bit short. It's like, really? Really? I can get to this planet at 299 meters. Because it's a range. But that planet 1 meter over is just too far. So I set it to 300. I find it makes things smoother. Now, there are 7 playable races. Okay. I have beaten the game as Octarian, who are the science race. The humans, who are diplomacy. The Hakonish, who are stealth. No, wait. That's not true. Hold on. Alright. Sorry. The Octarians, the Mortalians, and the humans No, wait. That's not right. Just the Mortalians and Octarians. Wow, I've forgotten what I played. So I've beaten as these guys. Each of these guys kind of have a strengths and weaknesses, that sort of thing. One of the interesting things about this game is that every race has 2 or 3 twists built into them. So much like Stellaris, that can be random events. I say that. The problem is like, once you play as the Octarians, you know, alright, this random event will find I guess not random. This event will fire now. This event will fire now. This event will fire at this point. So you learn where the events are going to kick in. And they're I say they're random, just because the events that fire for the Octarians are different than the ones that fire for all the other races. So I guess a better way to say it, each race is a unique series of story events that will fire for them. These guys are science. We're not going to play as them. These guys are fighting troops. They're honorable warriors. We're not going to play as them because I've beaten them. The Boscar grow freaking fast. The Hakonish are all about stealth. The humans are diplomacy and kind of well-rounded. Teekans are... what's the word I want? Mining and economy, and the Xenox are also science and culture, for lack of a better term. I'm going to roll a dice, and that's what's going to decide what we play as. I need a 4-sided dice, which I do have somewhere. Hold on. I know I have 4-sided. I have all sorts of dice. Hold on. Oh, no, that's 6. Nope. Ah, come on. Are you gonna make me pour out all my dice? Oh no! I dropped a die. Oh, and I don't know where it went. Oh, bollocks. I'll have to find it later. I'm gonna assume it's under there. It's one of the small... oh, I can't read that 4-sided dice. There we go. Here's one I can read. So I'm going to roll a 4-sided die. Yep. And we will play as that race. Now, Lady Muck, you were here today. So, I'm going to have you choose left to right or right to left if you're still here. Then that's going to decide what order I count. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you're enjoying the playthrough. We're kind of doing setup. If you want to see me live, come on over and check me out live on Twitch. Okay. I try to interact with my chat when I can. Oh, this bag's inside out. Son of a bitch. Alright. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that dice real quick. Nope. I will find it later then. And there's a shirt that needs to go. Alright. Alright, no response. She's probably away doing something. It happens. So I'm just gonna go left to right then. Alright. I got a 4. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll be playing as the Xenox. Interesting. So, Xenox are an ancient feline race with thick golden fur. They are very cautious and will not lightly enter into an agreement with others. Any new treaties they form usually involve an extremely lengthy period of negotiation, with a protracted review phase at every step of the discussions. Xenox ensure that they are utterly clear in every detail of the agreement before finally approving it, and then there's more. We can't read it for some reason. Sure. Oh, that's why. They take particular interest in recording and preserving galactic history. They seek out items of historical significance from all over the galaxy. They are also outstanding. Oh, so yeah, so you can see the stats. So, 6, 8, 5, 6, 5, for reproduction. Oh, they're increased. So, you know, they're very careful, their aggression, their assimilation rate, if they're adaptable or not, that sort of thing. But they are also outstanding epic storytellers. They draw upon their vast store of old myths and legends to produce unique and compelling tales. Xenox claim to be guardians of secret knowledge of galactic history, some of which they reveal in their stories. Some of the historical research has led to unorthodox claims about the galaxy's past. One of these stories asserts that all the insectoid races once betrayed the rest of the galaxy to an outside invader. However, most other alien races dismiss these conclusions as unproven fairy tales. Xenox technology includes an advanced shield component, the Megatron, whose powerful shields impart a potent defense to Xenox starships' bases. Xenox inhabit the tundra wastelands of ice tundra, ice, or frozen ice planets. They typically build large cities deep underground in vast ice and tunnels. And you can see this is how they like other races. There are NPC races. They prefer monarchies and technocracies. They have infantry. They have preferred planet types. They get a bonus to shield research charge rate, shield research, espionage, counter-espionage, psyops. What else? Colonization modifiers. They get bonuses to ice and negatives to everything else. So this is who we'll be playing as. So next we choose our empire and government. We need a name. We are, how about the Xenovians? That works, because we're the Xenox. Whatever. For a flag. Let's go with this. Yeah. Now, government type. They have bonuses and negative. So, lots of ship savings for monarchies. We get a lot of corruption. So, here's the thing. So, if we go through democracy, cool. Feudalism, colony corruption rate, neat. All sorts of things, technocracy. Oh, interesting, it gets a bonus. Oh. So republics are not good at fighting wars that counter-espionage. But they're really good at rooting out corruption. Democracy gets large bonuses to all research, happiness, mining rate, population growth, I'm going to level you with you right now. This 20% reduction in colony corruption is so powerful by itself. You could set everything else at negative 10%, keep this at positive 20%, and this would still be the power gamer's choice. That's how powerful colony corruption reduction is. So, starting situation, normal, starting, pre-warp, random. We're good. Yep, this is what we're going to go with. Now, default is 11. I would like to see an option in this game, in this section here. What starting location is if you're in the deep core, so the center of the galaxy, the middle of the galaxy, or the far regions. Oddly enough, you can tell it skips this band right here. But we're gonna pick random, that's fine. I would like also a starting position for empires, because it is completely randomized. So there is a chance, like I can go to this, add a bunch of empires, and there's proximity. If I set them all to average proximity, they will just form a ring around us an average distance away. So this, and if you set it to, because of the size of our galaxy, if you set it to distant or very distant, what ends up happening is, oh shit. Sorry, I hit the wrong thing. Luckily it saves. Yes. Alright. Because of the size of our galaxy, if we start on the edge and set the starting distance for an empire to very distant, what happens is it goes, alright, here's the edge. It doesn't go, oh, I can't go that way. It goes, alright, well, if I wrap around, where is very distant? Oh, next to them. So you can't do that either. So, proximity is kind of useless. So we're going to set it for 10. I believe default is 11. And we're going to hope that they don't spawn all on top of us. But I would like a setting either in here or in here of proximity of empires, and much like in Stellaris, I would like to see random, clustered, or it doesn't exist in Stellaris, but I want it in Stellaris, and in this equidistant, so that all the empires start roughly equidistant away from each other. Now, there might be a mod that does that. There are mods. I don't have any installed, and I should have looked for this before we started. If you go to the world famous, GitHub? No more spies. Yeah. So there's a few. There's one for getting rid of spies. There's one for texture compuncher, gauge speed unlock, music track transition mod. Where is it? Are there mods? Here. At ModDB. Let's see. Distant Worlds 2 real quick. I can't spell Distant Worlds 2. No, there are no mods at ModHub DB, which is interesting. There are mods for Distant Worlds, which is nice. That's the first game. I have not actually played the first game. I did play this game. So modders, get on that shit, yo. And this is how we're gonna start. So other empires, I'm gonna set it to 10, so there's just a little more space. And we're gonna hope and pray. Oh, victory conditions. So there are victory conditions. They are a bit randomized. These are set to default. These are all set to default. I've turned off the set date years and time limit years. I may not do a full playthrough. I'm telling you that right now. I just want to show off the game. I will get to... there will be at least 20 or 30 episodes. I can tell you that much. Also, most episodes will be 45 minutes to an hour long. But because we are cheating, because the game still needs lots of balances and issues fixed, and that sort of thing, and because there is only, despite despite it saying there are multiple victory conditions, it turns out there's only one, and we will explain that when we get there. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the game. It is now going to randomly create the game. This will take a while. So, it does fall into that trap. Well, we'll show you. Like I said, I already told my stream, if this game turns out to interest you, I would recommend till it goes on sale for at least 25% off to ideally 50% off at the time of recording this. If DLC drops, if they patch enough of it, if they add features, I would say at some future date, it might be worth the full $50 American they are asking on stream. But right now, at the time of recording, July 2022, I would say wait until it goes on sale and better fits into your budget. Alright, so our faction is known as the Xenovians. Our government is Republic. We are the Xenox. We're typically very careful. Xenox have natural skills in shield recharge rate, shields research, espionage, counter-espionage, and psyops. Our leader is Gordas, can't do that, skilled in population growth. Our home colony is Gimsu, an ice tundra planet in the Volcan system. Nearby is the frozen gas giant planet Volcan 6. Also nearby is the rocky moon Slapsumova. Our faction is primitive tech. We are just beginning to take our first steps into space, explore, expand, and conquer. Let's get started. It will zoom in for you, which is cute. No stuttering. God, I love having the amount of RAM I do now. Alright, so here we go. I'm not going to read all this. There's a lot of shit to read. So, in the ancient Xenox research outpost ruins, we have made a curious discovery. That starts on the planet. In the ruins of the ancient archive vault, we have discovered much about our past, and perhaps the path to our future. Centuries ago, the Xenox technocracy spanned the stars, inhabiting many worlds, revealing the secrets of the universe. A knowledge unmatched by any other civilization was the source of our power. Then came the Great Cataclysm, the war with the enemy from beyond, the Shock Tori. They shattered galactic civilization and nearly ended all sentient life. Our ancestors took refuge in this isolated place, cut off from other worlds and other species. Here we settled and mourned all that was destroyed. We have since struggled to regain our knowledge, our technology, and our past excellence. In the chaos that followed the cataclysm, technologies our forebears intended to preserve became inaccessible. We lacked the means to unlock, activate, or manufacture the great innovations of our ancestors. Finally, the dark times may be coming to an end. We have rediscovered some of the secrets of these ancient systems. This in turn has enabled us to gain access to one of the preserved data storage devices. Within it, we found enough pieces of the ancient sciences to allow us to travel to space. At last, we can leave this world, which for so long has both sustained us and kept us prisoner. We are a mere shadow of our glorious ancestors. We have lost so much of what made the Xenox the most knowledgeable and important civilization in a galaxy teeming with life. Now the journey of rediscovery begins, and the secrets of the galaxy await us. We have found technology that has advanced our understanding of warp field experiments. We have found technology that has advanced our understanding of research labs. These runes also provide the following empire-wide bonuses. Plus 5% to ship maintenance savings. Ooh, that's additional. These runes offer plus 7% to development and plus 7% to scenery. Cool. Immediately pause. Now, the interesting thing about this game is that, where is it? Where are you? Ah, here we go. Is you can automate everything. So if I go to default, look, colony tax rates, colony stock levels, funding levels, research, ships and base design, what fleets do, explorations, colonization. There are automation levels for everything. Ship and base design, diplomacy, military, like you can fully military automation, so on and so forth. Troops, we're going to set that to manual. Fleet formation, so on and so forth. Research, intelligence missions, almost everything is can be automated. Now, the automation works great in the early game, starts to fall off mid-game, like if I were just to leave it as default, and by end game it starts to lag behind, which is still impressive if you think about it. Because the other interesting thing about this game is if we go to economy, there is my, what's the word I want? Budget, which is right here. And then there's a private economy, which is, I have no control over the private economy. It will do whatever it wants to do. There is no way to unautomate this. It does its own thing. That is amazing as far as game programming goes. It is a game running in a game that you have no control over. Bit awkward sometimes, but it is interesting. So for learning this game, it's actually kind of reasonably easy to learn. Set it at default, play the game again and again and again if you're enjoying it, and as you learn how to play it, be like, alright, this playthrough, I'm going to set everything else to automate. I'm going to set, I want to learn how to do colony and tax rates. And that's all going to be manual, and I'm just going to mess with that for the entire game, see how it does. And so on and so forth. Now, like I have been explaining, there have been a number of patches between the last time I played this and this time. I am going to move my camera real quick to here, just so you can see all the buttons we can play with. All different default views, resource flow off and on. We can see resource flows if we zoom out. It gives you a lot of information that you can potentially play with. So, I will tell you that I set where is it? Here we go. No, not build order. Here we go. In-ship designs. I generally have enough info in this game that even retrofits, yeah, and auto designs, you can decide manual or automatic. My advice: always keep the retrofits automatic. I'm going to set everything to manual. Except for research stations. For now. And a later date, I will set that to manual. And small spaceports. Okay. So that everything else will be manual, mining stations, so on and so forth. That is because I have it like it is perfectly okay to keep that all like the first few times you play, just keep everything automatic. It will do just okay. Okay. Now we're gonna take a look at the and I'm bouncing around, so if you're watching this on YouTube, I apologize. So we're gonna go back to policies real quick because I am familiar with the game. Exploration, I keep as colony tax rates. Oh, here it is. Economy, funding level. I need to set that. Yes, that is a moon with a ring with a planet around it. Oh, yeah, no. That's the other thing. If we go to mining, which is here, alright, there are 16. These are resources you must have. They're used for everything. Caslon is space gas, that sort of thing. So this is fuel and construction resources. We're going to use all of these resources. If we switch to luxury resources, there are 62 luxury resources in this game. And each one has an effect on colonies and how well they're going to... how fast they're going to grow, how happy they're going to be, all of that jazz. So here we go. We're going to switch back to that real quick. I need to set... Why is this an automation? Where is it? Research. You can keep... So what auto research does is that means it has automatically chosen this to start with. Yeah. So if I don't choose any researches from this point forward, you can queue up. Then when this finishes, it will just choose another one next. If manual, it can sit there and you can lose research. So there's no reason to turn that off. Oh, here we go. Funding levels. I'm going to set that to manual. But I'm going to go back to funding. So we have 0% reserve, which is what we want. Ship maintenance to start with. We're going to turn this down to 5. This down to 5. And we're going to crank this up to 90. Okay. Now, so the way this is calculated is it goes, you're making, and this is the other weird thing, you're making 24,000, we'll round up, 25,000, or, oh no, hold on, where is it? Yeah. Does it tell me? Oh, here it is. Yeah, right now we're making negative 1,000. This number to the left, this 25,000, is calculated on a yearly basis in-game. We have our dates here. All of this is calculated on a monthly basis, I believe, if not faster. So it's this weird thing where some things are calculated by the year, some things are calculated by the month, some things are calculated every 2 months. So it's a weird system of math, because you kind of want everything to be either done yearly or monthly. But because it's all over the place, it can be a bit weird trying to figure out, alright, well, I'm using X amount per month, but it's calculating per year. So wait, what? So the object is just to keep this in the positive as much as you can. Okay. But the way it'll work is eventually, actually, if we... Okay, so let's hop in. We're gonna just hop into tech real quick. So here's the tech tree. There what? Ah, here we go. Yeah, you can zoom out. I don't know why the tech tree is this big, but there are unique techs you can find in the game. Ancient techs, super techs, that break the game, and they're designed that way on purpose. It's basically a race to get to super tech. The reason why I don't play randomized is not because, if we zoom out again, so you can see, like, where are you? A really good example is ships here. So you can see that, like, there's improved destroyers, improved escorts. Anything that ends in, like, a dead end, right? So impregnable construction, reinforced construction. Oh, that's neat. So these are race specific. We can never get them. I didn't know it would show those. Cool. See, Octarian means only Octarians can research it. So if you turn off the show all tech, yeah. I mean, the game works, but if you turn off the show all tech, you won't see this. But what randomization does is that right down here, we have, so you can see improved destroyers, improved escorts, reinforced construction. So anything that looks like it dead ends. Advanced proton ionization. What randomization does is, it doesn't randomize the tech tree. It doesn't add new and unique techs or anything like that. What it does is this tech gonna be here? Yes or no? These two. If it's randomized, maybe. Same thing here. Like, every race will get system patrol ships and basic escorts. What it's deciding is, alright, you have basic frigates. Will you... Oh, it's not here. Oh, there it is. What the randomization does is, are you going to have improved frigates? Or are you just going to have the basic frigates and basic escorts? If the randomized tech added unique and interesting technologies, I would say keep it on. But all it's doing is going, alright, we're taking shit away. We're not adding anything. Then it's pointless. We are going... So, as you can see, if with automated research on is if I let this finish, it will just chew up a new tech. We also, each race will start with... So we start with missile weapons. And beam weapons! Cool. And we have unique beam weapons. Neat. I will... Oh, heavy ion weapons. Oh, wow. See, like, this is kind of underwhelming. Okay, cool. We're gonna immediately pick this up. And then we're immediately gonna pick up... After that, I try to get all the basics. So, we're going to pick up armor plating. And do we start with shields? Yes, we start with shields. Nice. So armor plating, cancel that. Actually, what's more important? Sorry, right click to get rid of. Than basic targeting is commerce, rec, transports, basic targeting, then basic medical. Oh, we get crystal sensors. Yes. Sort of. I would argue that yes, it's just as easy. But, unlike in Stellaris, there are consequences. If you commit war crimes in Stellaris, no one really cares. If you commit war crimes in this game, the AI cares. It can affect your reputation, which affects your diplomacy. We'll grab that. And I think that's all the basics. Right. That we're gonna grab. So we're just gonna let these tick. Exit research. Now the other thing I want to show off is... Where is victory condition? Artifacts, colonies. I remember it being... Yeah, I know. No, not here. Oh, maybe it's over here. It is. I apologize. Up here, we're gonna do victory conditions. The interesting thing is we've only met ourselves. So, if we hold on to this, so these. I can't move it off of this for some reason. So, far right, Xenox race victory conditions. These are racial victory conditions. Which is neat. I like that. Control the most ruins, lose the fewest ships, lose the fewest troops, build the planetary missile defense, explore 100% of the galaxy. Cool. And the victory's threshold is to get a combined total between all of these victory conditions of 70%. Now, my complaint is, with the Xenox, every time I play the Xenox, this race victory condition doesn't change. And you may be asking yourself, well, what happens if I set every race into the galaxy to Xenox? We're all competing for the same victory conditions. Incorrect. 2 of these conditions are unique to the Xenox. I believe it's control the most ruins and explore the galaxy. No matter what race you play it, no matter what Xenox you play as, you will always have those 2 conditions. Right? I, as a human, will always have these 5 conditions. If there is an AI Xenox, they will have control the most ruins, explore the galaxy, and then 3 randomized victory conditions. Why can't they do that for the human-controlled Xenox as well? Have control the most ruins and explore the galaxy always in the racial conditions for the Xenox. And then the other 3 from a randomized list. Why is it the only AI that gets that? In addition, unfortunately, the only way to win the game, to hit that victory threshold of 70%, is to conquer the galaxy. From what I can tell. There is no peaceful way to win this game, unlike in Stellaris. There is no diplomatic victory condition, despite the victory threshold being what it does, despite being the only way to win is to go to war. Which, if you've seen me play, you know I'm a bit of a turtle, and I tend to be on the peaceful side of things. It is kind of annoying. I would like a peaceful way to win. Like a diplomatic victory, something. You can't vassalize people. I don't think you have alliance win conditions from what I can tell. There's nothing like that. I'm trying to think. What other policies? Explore. Yep, that's fine. Colonization. That's fine. That's fine. Construction. That's fine. I'm trying to think. I think that's the only thing I really capture condition for ships. Yes. I think I do set troop recruitment to manual, and I would yes, they don't. At least not from what I can tell in the 200 hours I played. Now again, there may have been patches to fix that, but when I last played, there was no diplomatic way to victory. Federations don't count, alliances don't count. The only way to win is to conquer the galaxy. Which, you know, a lot of people enjoy, but I would like other ways to win. I set troops to manual because when I last played, what would happen is it would build, to give you an idea, like on any planet we conquered, any planet we colonized, it would just build 40 troops. Just mass queue up hundreds of troops. And the thing is troops are pulled from the general population. So the more troops you have, the more population you need to actually make a profit. In addition, it would spike the troop maintenance so high that you'd automatically start losing. I think we're good for automation. I can always change it if something's popping or going, oh, okay, that doesn't seem right, but we should be good. The interesting thing is leaders have skills. No, well, only slightly. In that early game, you need troops to fend off pirates, but by mid to late game, the only thing you're using troops for that I can tell is conquering people. Because troops are population. War is hell in this game. Unlike in Stellaris, where war tends to be very sanitized and that sort of thing, war generally, even if you're winning, will eat into your budget because people are dying. And it takes time for them to grow. So it's an interesting thing of war is... You kind of need to do it. But unlike Stellaris, even winning a war can cost you resources far more than it takes to actually, you know, you can have pirate victories where, like, yes, I won the war! Crap, so much people died in what we conquered that it's going, in order to support what we need, I have now broken the bank. And that sort of thing. So it's and Stellaris is like, yeah, war always, as long as you do it right, is always a net profit. in this game, even if you do the war correctly, because of what it takes to win said war, you could still lose in the long run. I won the war, but it crippled me so much that, for all intents and purposes, I'm out of the game. Which is an interesting dynamic. Now, we already have a negative. But if you notice, he's got population growth, he's got no traits, and construction research is at minus 1%. He will get skill level increases over time. So what that means is, even though this is at negative 1%, it always goes up, it never goes down. So once this ticks up to 100%, it will be 0. That's the other thing. If we go into research, so in order to research, where is it? Nope, I need a better... Here we go. Research is locked behind a few things. First is obvious previous research. Second is, there is a research threshold you need to reach. So in order to research remote shield recharging, we need to have a minimum of a 70% shield bonus to research. And then we need to pay the research cost. So it's an interesting research, the way research... I never noticed these before. Cool. Research is done in a very interesting way in which you need to hit research bonus thresholds. We're gonna let things tick at a regular pace. Alright, there's our first ship built. And we're immediately going to, exploration is automated, but at any time I can just grab a scout ship and be like, hey, we're gonna research this. Now, if you remember way back, hey, Mayor Block, thanks for following. If you remember way back, when I started this video, or this series about roughly an hour ago, I did say we are going to cheat. Because two things, are actually a number of things, because the AI cheats horrendously. I don't know if they fixed that. But, what we're going to do is if we go into game menu, game editor, we're going to take a look at this planet. Alright, this planet has Krypton. Hey, Mayor Block, thanks for the raid. It is appreciated. Welcome, new viewers. There's Krypton and Argon. So that is Vulcan 6. And Vulcan 5 has Castellon. I know. Again, and I will keep saying this, there have been a number of patches between the last time I played and this time I played. So I don't know how much the AI is still cheating. But I will tell you this. The last time I played, I gave every planet in my empire, and I had a reasonable sized empire, just to see what would happen. 100% Castellon. Every planet. And I was still using more Castellon than I could produce. So I would run into fuel shortages. The AI, with empires half the size, never had that issue. So it is a thing of the AI just generates resources. So if they can cheat, we can cheat. Oops, no. You can't go above 100. So we're going to put 100% there. And now, I've never been able to figure out exactly how abundance works. So to give you an idea, if a mining station has, we'll say mines 10 resources a minute, it's not that slow. From what I understand is if we're at 100% Castellon, then it will mine 10 Castellon per minute. If we're at, say, 50 Krypton, and 50 argon, it will mine 5 and 5. Now. Oh, and high-tech research. That's neat. I believe, yeah, we start with all research at 20%. We're just going to increase this to 25. Just because we can. If I have 100 and 100, it doesn't mine 10 krypton, 10 argon. It still defaults goes to, alright, each is 100%, but there's 2 resources. So 100% divided by 2 is 5 and 5. So it's like, what's the point if you've got more than one resource at a given location? If you put it all to 100% and then it splits evenly divided by what the amount of resources, individual resources, that, what is the point? Yeah, so we're going to set this, I want to see, we're going to set these both to 100. And see what happens. I'm keeping the high-tech research exactly where it is. And we're going to have our little, thank you, resource ship go ahead and explore this moon. And it will slowly make its way over. Whee! And it's ticking, and there it goes. Look at it go. And now it's recommending I build a small spaceport. Do I not have a spaceport? I do not. So we're immediately going to go... Oh, the other thing we're going to do is show colony... Oh, not colony detail. We're making 379. I think we leave it as is for now. Where is... Hold on. No. Where are you? Where do I access colonies, colony ships? Population. Here it is. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Alright, since we're the only species in the galaxy that we have explored right now, we're just going to keep this as is. We're going to have to adjust that later. Hello, this is Gohan the Chinchilla, and I hope you're having a good day, as do I. As always, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to follow, like, subscribe, or comment. Or, even better, come on over to twitch.tv/SparkyTDK and watch me live every Monday through Friday. Thank you for your support.